Perhaps one of the coolest indie horror titles ever just got funded, and I'm super excited to try it out. This is Indie Spotlight. Welcome to Indie Spotlight, the show where we take indie video game news, trailers, and new releases, and we get them out there for you guys to check out. As always, we are starting with trailers this week, and the first trailer that we have for you is Assault Android Cactus. This looks like it's going to be a really crazy, almost bullet hell type game, but at the same time it's also going to be like a twin stick shooter. So I like the fact that it's blending these two together. The art style looks really cool. The game itself looks absolutely amazing. It looks like it's going to be just this huge frenzy of just crazy, crazy chaos. So I am extremely excited to see how this turns out. I am going to play this for sure. The next trailer that we have for you this week is The Novelist. The Novelist looks like it's going to be this interesting title where you play as some kind of creature, character, whatever, but you can't let the character see you, so clearly you are in the world. Whether or not you're something that's spiritual or supernatural, it's a little shady, a little hard to tell. But the more important aspect of it, obviously, is going to be choosing what these characters do. So it's kind of like taking the idea of Mass Effect or any of those kind of games, or Walking Dead, where you make choices, and those are going to impact how the life of this novelist turns out. It looks like it's going to be very cool. The art style looks pretty awesome. I like cel-shaded type stuff, so it looks a little bit, simple, but that's not always necessarily a bad thing. So this looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited to see how it turns out. The final trailer that we have for you this week is Teslagrad. I have to say, just starting out, the art style of Teslagrad looks really cool. I like the fact that the frame rate kind of seems a little slow, so it actually gives this really weird look to it, but then at the same time, some of the other stuff has like a higher frame rate. So it's got this cool off-putting sense to it that I really, really like. The game itself looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. The actual platforming and everything looks like it's going to be pretty innovative with being able to use what looks like some kind of Tesla object. So I'm guessing this game is going to be very reminiscent of some of, Nikola Tesla's experiments and stuff. So I'm extremely excited to see how this turns out. Hopefully this will be an awesome game. All right, the first bit of news that we have for you this week is that the Ouya, the system that could, that we thought couldn't but could, is actually going to be having an E3 conference, sort of. Basically, they sent out an email to all the developers saying that they're going to be doing an E3 conference, but it's not going to be at the actual E3 building. Instead, it's going to be down the street in like a parking lot. They're going to have a setup area with TVs showing off Ouya games, and anybody can go. You don't need a pass. You don't need anything. It's open to the public. Everybody can go because it's just in a parking lot. So if you guys want to check out the Ouya at E3, you can do so without having to pay anything, which is pretty cool. I actually like that idea. I wish more companies did stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. So it's something that I actually commend the Ouya pretty well for. Among the Sleep has reached its goal of funding $200,000. It actually went almost $50,000 over the goal. So Among the Sleep, if you don't know what it is, it's a horror title where you play as a 2-year-old. They just released the alpha over to the public. Originally, it was only for people who donated $100 or more, but since then, they've released it to the public. Everybody can play it now. I actually went ahead and played it too over on my gaming channel, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link for that somewhere in this general vicinity. So you can check that out and watch me get scared to death, along with all the other videos that I do. So, all right, new releases that we have this week. We have Cognition Episode 3, and we have Reyes. But thank you for watching this episode of Indie Spotlight. As always, if you have any indie news, trailers, or new releases you would like to let us know about, you can hit me up at Twitter at twitter.com/Dazerin, Ryan at twitter.com/MasterBlood, or VBGTV at twitter.com/VBGTV. As always, I'm your host, Kyle Locke, and I will see you next week when we talk more about indie video game news, trailers, and new releases.